Calma. Molta calma, ladies and gentlemen. Samuele Ricci, ufficiale al Milan. We are all happy, but calma. Muchísima calma, perché? Why? Because we all know this club, what they do, right? They get your attention. They want you to buy their beautiful monochromatic jersey. They want you to buy the seasonal tickets. So that's why this Mercato campaign, wow, we got Modric, ex-Ballon d'Or, we got Ricci, Italian future. We're going to get some other flashy name on the left side and on the right side. I heard about Zinchenko on the left. I don't know who's going to play on the right side, but it's going to be some flashy name that is going to hopefully help Massimiliano Allegri to bring back Milan to where it belongs, where it should be, above the top four. Now, what I'm saying calm down, because I know us fan, well, I'm not anymore that kind of fan that go all over the top for this buying, because my heart has been already stabbed several times with player that we fell in love, and in a couple of years, 3 year maximum, they are going, because that is what this club does, this management does. They are tricking us once again. It's the same game, it's the same gameplay. They buy the player, they let them develop, and in a couple of years you're gonna read, welcome to Manchester City, welcome to Newcastle, welcome to Chelsea club. Okay? Are the same people. Are they exactly the same people. They're not a new management, they're not a new club, they are exactly the Moncada, the Furlani, the Jerry Cardinale, the Scaroni. They are the same people, nothing changed. Okay? So don't let you fool by these flashy names. Now, old Rossoneri, are you excited about Ricci? Hell yes, of course I'm excited. My fan inside me, it's super happy. Because how many times on this channel we said we need, where is the Italian? Where are the Italians? Where are the Italians? Where is the Italian talento, the grinta? We need actually a defensive midfielder, because last season what we were saying all the time is that we are way too unbalanced. We need a player that we never found a substitution to Kessie. Somebody that don't have all the time to counterattack. The Renders, the Fofana, we'll see Modric now, but they were all players that they were heavily countering attack. They were attacking the midfielder. Finally now, with Ricci, I saw his stats. He doesn't score much. He doesn't assist too much. He doesn't shoot too much. And this is his limitation. So for Samuele Ricci, my hope is that he's going to develop this kind of gameplay. Playing defensively, but develop the shooting, develop the assists, develop a little bit more of that. Because now we're going to have Modric, Fofana, Ricci. We're going to probably need some other players, another midfielder minimum, because the season is very long, and especially Modric is very old. Musa, but Musa doesn't play in the three. You know what I mean? Like, Musa doesn't really play in that midfield. Musa, we all understood that is a more a right wing, or a left, more a right wing. He's not a defensive midfielder, neither an attacking midfielder. So hopefully Allegri is gonna really realize that Musa is not needed. And there was Napoli offering 25 million. I do not understand why he's not already watching the Vesuvio from his new house in Napoli. I don't understand that. But we all know that the coach, the sport director, they don't count anything. Milan needs an open mercato. Whoever want to go, go. Whoever want to stay, stay. If it's a big offer and then you are on the market, which is all of you guys are on the market, you're gonna go. Because in this club, we don't believe anymore into building a club culture. In this club, we don't believe anymore into building a history, a tradition. Because why do we need another midfielder? Why do we need another Italian midfielder when we had Sandrino Tonali a few years back? He was not defensive enough. He was not Italian enough. Not even that. He was even a Milanista. They asked to Gennaro Gattuso to have the number 8. That's how the level of how Milanista it is. But they sold it. Did Sandro Tonali wanted to go? Of course he didn't want him to go. So this is the same story. This is exactly the same story, the same replica. And I understand that this is a business nowadays. But if you want to create a little bit of club culture, you keep those players. Can I say something that is going to sound very alternative? But this summer, in between Magnan, Hernandez, Leao, and Renders, the only one that you should have kept, it was TG Renders. Because in 2 years, he became the best midfielder in Serie A. In 2 years. You don't need to be an expert in football to understand that that guy right there in a midfield has a great vision, has a physique, and it is a modern centrocampista, the modern midfielder. The only one that you shouldn't probably sell, it was that. Instead, it was the first one to go. Jesus, not even 2 weeks. 2 weeks he was already with in a pack with a little ribbon on top. It's crazy, man. Let me drink a little bit of San Pellegrino aranciata. Man, let me tell you something. It is so hot in this day, man. As here in Barcelona, it's like 33, 34 degrees all every day. Milan, where my parents are, they send me a picture, 35, 36. In these 2 weeks here, they are super, super hot. I don't even know how I'm actually wearing a t-shirt. I just wear the t-shirt for the video because I'm not that good looking, so I don't want to be naked. I have the fan right there pointing at me. It is so hot, guys. It is so hot. Yeah, of course there is nowadays the contents are just the mercato, just the news that we hear from the mercato, because there is no game. There is Milan is not playing the World Cup, which is it's happening now, the Club World Cup, which is luckily, because in my opinion it makes the season for the teams very, very, very long. I mean, the players, they start last season in August and they are still playing since last August. I mean, match every 3 days. It's unreal how many games nowadays the team they have to play. The teams need at least, if you want to be elite level, you need minimum 2-3, almost 2-3 teams, but definitely not one. You need one solid team, and then you need another team of 11 players that they can play at a very, very, very high level. If you have the second team that is very good, almost as the first team, then you might be into the elite. But nowadays it's impossible. So it will be also interesting to see what's the project here in for Milan, because I want to see also if they're gonna cut some dead wood, like the Emerson Royal, the Okafor, the Chukwueze, the who else, the Musa, the all players that they were not in the project with Pioli, they were not in the project with Conceição, they were not in a project with Fonseca. So now that, for example, in today Instagram, I saw Milan that pretty much say in 3 hours, say thank you Joao Felix, thank you Sottil, thank you Kyle Walker. They just let them go back. That's it, because we are not keeping anybody. So they are cutting slowly all the loans. They are already back. And let me tell you something about the loans, because also this is quite important and quite frustrating. The things about the loan, that a lot of Milan fans, they were excited about having the Joao Felix, the Kyle Walker. There was not much excitement around Bondo, about Sottil, also because Sottil, naturally, he's a left wing, and we have Leao, we have potentially Pulisic can play there, but Conceição used to play him on the right and right back, so completely out of role. Joao Felix, it was an occasion, a special occasion that the João Mendes, the very, very famous and powerful manager that owns half Europe, half of the talent in Europe, pretty much they throw at us, say, okay, you keep João for 6 months because he wants to play. Eventually, João Felix played 21 match with us, scoring only 3 goals, 1 assist. Really, really, you can see that that's the ghost. It's a ghost of a player that we all probably loved when he was at Benfica. But then the reality is like it's just good on Instagram Reels, on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, not on reality, because we all see what kind of ghost it is. Sometimes he play good, but when he plays against the Venezia, against the Monza, when you already have the Bologna, when you already have the Atalanta, he disappear. So no, thank you. Another scary thing is also that the mercato clearly was made completely random. Completely random, the mercato this January. It was a mercato to try to sell some jersey. It was a mercato to try to come on guys, don't to avoid the protest of the fans. Why the club is not buying new player? We need this, we need that. So they buy the players. So at least, they said, okay, at least they're not gonna bothering us because we bought them the player that they want. But it was not really a project. That's what I'm saying, is that they bought the player in January without thinking over the 6 months, without thinking what's going to happen when the loan expires, without thinking what kind of personality and what kind of, I'll say, what kind of personality are you bringing in the dressing room? That the dressing room needs some spoiled kids like Joao Felix? Does the dressing room need some fake leader like Kyle Walker? Do we need that? I don't think they asked themselves this question. They just bought it. They saw there was a chance, so they brought it in. I understand that probably was also because Conceição said, okay, we need this and that, and then they look at the market, they look at the spreadsheet, and were like, okay, this player can be on loan. They're gonna pay their salary. We don't have to pay anything. How many jersey we can sell? This much. What kind of aspect? What kind of prospect is for our wallet? This kind of player, and that's what they do. The team is built to sell, not to win. Gem of the day. Anyway, to wrap up, of course, I'm happy for Samuele Ricci, an Italian player, come to Milan. I am excited to see how Allegri is gonna manage all this, because it's gonna be exciting, I have to say. And then I already read some comments over Tare that is doing an excellent job, and I agree with it. Just as a fan, remember that as much as limited these two professional they're always professional. So you will see that Milan is going to try to buy smart, but we will see how far we can go with this. All right, let me know what do you think down below. Forza Milan sempre.